right, on today's episode of Python Papi, we're back inside our small contracts project. Let's have a look at what we're going to be going over today. Now, yesterday we finished up the for loop section of our setup module, and today we're just going to go over a little quick workshop that we put together so I can show you everything as it came together. We're going to use a little bit of everything that we learned. So you can see here we have some if statements, we have my list, and we have a for loop. So what's going on is we have a my list, which is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to iterate over every index of this list for the for I in my list, and then we're going to print I. But instead of printing the number here, as you can see, we have if 1 or if I equals 1. We want to print out the corresponding word. So as you can see, so if 1 gets printed out, instead of the 1 getting printed, we're going to print out the word Potter, and so on and so forth. With every number we have, we're going to print out a corresponding word. Now, just from the looks of this, you're probably not going to be able to tell, but it's going to print wrong. So I'm going to show you why it's going to print wrong. I'm going to print it for you first so you can actually get a look at what's going on here. So it's getting printed, and you'll see what's going on, and I'll show you what we can do to fix it. So as you can see, it's still printing a number out instead of just printing a word. So you can see we have the number and we have the word instead of just the word. So if you look here, we have the print I that comes before I. In my list, we want to print I. So this is right here is still printing a number out instead of just printing a word. So we want to get rid of this line right here. So you can see we're going to save that. And that should take care of that issue right there. And what we're going to do is we're going to add a different element to the code here. And I know you don't know what this is, and I'm not going to take the time to actually go over it right now, but this is just something extra that we can add to put a little space between our printing. So it's not going to print immediately. It's actually going to pause a little bit and give it some time between each iteration. So we're going to say time.sleep, and let's make it for 1 second. And we're just going to do that for every iteration. So after every print, we're going to take a second, and then we're going to print the next iteration. So we're going to do that there. We're going to do it there. We're going to do it there. And then actually between the last variation and the final print, we're going to actually make it 2 seconds, just a little bit longer, just to add a little bit more effect. So we have that saved and done. So let's see what it looks like now. Let's make the screen bigger so you can actually get a good look at it. And let's clear out the old one so we can get a fresh screen. I'm going to do that there. I don't know why it's taking so long. Let's get it cleared up so we can actually get this printed and we can get the code running. Let's move this up so we can have a look here. I don't know why it's taking so long to clear the screen here. I do have a few things running in the background. Maybe that's why. There it is finally. So let's get in the run our script again and see what happens now that we have everything fixed. Damn, like you can see it's taking a second between each variation. It's not just print automatically. And there it is. So that's how we can actually use some of the stuff that we learn. It's not all just about printing out numbers and boring. I know it seems boring, but it's not all about printing out numbers and boring things. We can actually do some pretty interesting and fun things with this stuff once you learn it and you learn how to actually use it. So yeah, as you can see, instead of printing out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we printed out Para la Casa de Gates. And then for the last print we had, and that was loops brought to you by the Python Papi. So as you can see, this is pretty fun, and there's pretty interesting things we can do, like I said. But that was the end of that module. That was actually the end of that entire module. So tomorrow we're going to be starting a new module, Titanic Bowl of Favorites project. This is when we actually start diving into the project and start doing some pretty cool things there also. So look out for that. But of course, I will keep you posted every step of the way. For now, this is the Python Papi. You guys stay Gucci.